This morning. All right, good morning.
Hello, Hope, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good. So I should be around for the rest of the week. That's the plan anyways. Knock on wood. Everything's going very smoothly. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Any requests? Okay. Okay. And shoulders, top of the shoulder. Okay. Sounds good. All right, let's find our comfortable seats. Sit up nice and tall. And then lift your shoulders up and let them roll back down. Hands on your knees, elbows soft under your shoulders. Eyes are closed, you're gazing down. And just start dropping in, connecting to your breath. Finding that equal inhalation, exhalation. In and out through the nose. Your mind wanders, focus back on your breath. Remembering we always practice ahimsa. Maybe adding an intention to your practice. And softly let the chin fall to your chest. Pull the shoulders down and away. And gently let the right ear roll towards the right shoulder. Pull the left shoulder down. Maybe reach that left arm to the side. And then hand to the knee, chin to the chest, roll to the other side. Pull the right shoulder down. Maybe the right arm reaches off to the side. Hand to the knee, chin to the chest, and gently rock your head from shoulder to shoulder. We'll meet with our chins at our chest. Lift your head and open your arms wide. Give them a stretch. Splay your fingers. And then slowly pull the hands together in front of the heart. Bow in, sealing your intention. And then interlace your fingers and stretch it away. And then inhale, reach high. And just find some space between the ribs. And then reach tall, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, stretch them away. Stay there, keeping the spine long. If you can lift the arms up and away, lift them up and breathe between the shoulder blades. And then drop them down and reach them high. And then right hand to left knee, twist, look back over the left shoulder. And then inhale, reach high, and exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, arms up. And now just take your hands back out so they're parallel to the floor, and then wrap around, grab opposite shoulders, squeeze in and round yourself down again. Now pay attention which arm's on top, and then inhale, reach open. And now exhale, wrap the opposite arm on top and squeeze it in. And then inhale, reach open. And then hands down and make your way to hands and knees. Finding your tabletop position, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, hold here. Wait for an exhale, arch your back high, push the floor away, hold here. And then just moving with your breath, inhaling, sway back, and exhaling, cats. We'll keep cycling through. And then wait for next exhalation. And then return to your flat back. And look over the right shoulder to the right hip. And look around to the left. Come back to center and press it into child's pose. So remembering you can come here at any point during your practice. You can either keep your hips where they are or pop them up. We're taking the left arm under, forehead down towards the floor. If it feels better, you can turn the left side of the head down and breathe into that shoulder, behind the shoulder blade. If this really comes easy for you and you need a bigger stretch, you might be able to wrap that hand around and grab that right shoulder blade. And then go ahead and release and just switch arms. Take the right arm under. Remember, you can pop the hips up if your knees need space. Forehead or right side of the head down. If you need a bigger stretch, you can wrap that bottom hand around and grab that top shoulder. And then go ahead, bring both hands back to the front. And then shift forward, hands and knees. Tuck your toes and push your hips back and breathe into your toes and your feet. And then when you're ready, find your first downward facing dog. And pedal it out, walk it out, move it around. Wag your tail, sway your hips. And just come to stillness, hold your down dog. And then either drop to your knees or shift into plank and hold your plank, knees up or down. And really push the floor away here. So see if you can dome the back a little more than we usually do in plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. And then slide your elbows forward for Sphinx. Elbows under shoulders. If you need less, tuck the chin. If you need more, look forward, drag the elbows towards your body. Push your pelvis down. Some of you, it might feel good to lift the elbows. Squeeze the glutes if the elbows come up. And then if you went up, come back down, push up to hands and knees. Take it all the way back towards child's pose. And then either stay at hands and knees or go back to down dog. Then we're doing that again. Inhale, find your plank and hold. So you get to dome the back here, push the floor away, scoop the belly, so kind of round in a little. So you feel that stretch across the top of the shoulders. And then we're all gonna lower all the way down any way you like to get there, chaturanga. Inhale can be cobra. If you're ready for up dog, extend the arms, push the floor away. Maybe you want a little time to look back over your shoulders. And then tap your knees, tuck your toes, and then hands and knees or down dog. And then walk your way to ragdoll. Any movement that feels good. And then round yourself up to standing. Once you're at the top, reach it tall. Just lock your thumbs and just stretch a little side to side. And then reach up tall, drop your hands down to the sides, give them a little shake. And then squeeze your shoulders up and roll them back and down. So really squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back. Keep going with the shoulder rolls. Do that 2 more times. And then relax. And then squeeze it up and roll them forward. So really let the shoulders pop off the back when they go forward. One more time. And then relax, give the arms a little shake. And then just get your arms nice and noodly, and then just start moving your waist. And just let your arms kind of swing along for the ride. So you're not moving the arms, they're just hanging there, but they're gonna move by the momentum of your torso. You might start slapping yourself if you get a little faster. So good on my back after driving and driving. A lot of times if we're really tight in the shoulders, it's hard to just let the arms go. And then relax and give it a little shake. And then bring your right arm up, grab the wrist, float across the chest and look to the right. Remember the shoulders are square, you're not twisting. And then arms up, frame your face with your elbow, bend that top elbow. And if it feels good, I like a little bend in my knees before I tip it over to the left. And you can keep it kind of back a little or round it forward a little. Find your perfect stretch here. You're like, ah, that's it. And then go ahead, come up and drop it down. Give it a little shake. And then left arm up. Grab the wrist, float across, look to the left. And then both arms up, frame your face, bend that elbow, a little bend in the knees if you like it, and then a little tip over to the right. And then move around until you find that sweet spot. Nice. Now go ahead, come up, Drop your hands, touch your thighs, slide towards your toes. Stay right here, or you can take the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers and let the arms pull away. And then drop your hands back onto your sacrum. Reach for your toes. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone if it feels good. Add that little back. And then come up tall. Where your hands come down. Drop your arms, shake it all out. And find your mountain at the top of your mat. Surya Namaskar, shoulders back and down, palms forward, belly up, tailbone down. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, folding forward. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, take your left foot to the back. Drop that knee and sink into the left hip flexor. Shine your heart open. Remember, you can adjust your arms if you need space. Bring them up to the thigh, or if the knee's in the way, both hands can go to the inside. But really focus on that back hip, sink in low. And then hips back, toes lift, hands walk with you if you need space. Walk them forward and fold if you need a stretch. Shift the weight into the right foot. You can go hands and knees or down dog. You can cat-cow or add your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale is cobra or up dog. And exhale is hands and knees or downward facing dog. Either from hands and knees or down dog, let the left leg lift. Go ahead and let it go as high as it wants to go. Only if it feels good, bend the knee. Breathe into the front of that left hip. And then step that left foot to the top. Drop the back knee, sink into the right hip flexor, and shine your heart open. And then wait for an exhale, hips back, toes lift, Ardha Hanuman. And then shift the weight forward. Take it back, hands and knees or down dog, cat-cow, or add your flow. And then when you're ready, right leg lifts high. Go ahead, let it go high, high, high. If it feels good, bend the knee. And then step it through. Keep the left hand flat, right hand on the thigh, twist and look to the right. Keep that right hand down or reach it high. Keep that front leg bent. If you have a little space, you want to start to put a little bit of length in that front hamstring. You might straighten that leg a little bit or a lot. Depends on your body. And then wait for an exhale, hands down, take it back, hands and knees or down dog, cat-cow, or add a flow. Nice. Honoring your body is yoga. All right, either from hands and knees or down dog, let the left leg lift high. Go ahead, bend it, open it. If you have a flip dog practice, you touch that toe down on the floor off your mat and then reach the left arm forward. Do the wild thing. Nice. Bring the left hand down and step the left foot up. Right hand stays flat, left hand comes to the thigh, turn and twist, look to the left. Keep the left hand low or reach it up. Keep the front leg bent or add a little bit of length if you like that. And bring your hand down, hands and knees or down dog, cat cow, or add your flow. And then either from hands and knees or down dog, let the right leg lift. If it feels good, bend it, open it. If you want to flip it, that top toe touches down off the mat. Right arm comes to the front, stretches it forward. And then bring your right hand down and step the right foot all the way up. We're going to go ahead, drop that back heel, and we're going to come up for warrior one. If it bothers the knee, make it a high lunge. Stay here, relax your shoulders. Find your breath. And then take your hands and like you're pushing those walls away, bend your elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And maybe start to look up the wall, make it a little back bend. And then inhale, reach high. And exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers, give them a stretch, look up. Stay there or exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. And then squeeze your belly tight, press into both feet to stand up. Arms high, go ahead, straighten that front leg and left arm forward, right arm back. Arms up, bend the knee, hands down. Just step up with the left foot and back with the right. Drop the back heel and come up for warrior one. Find your pose, relax your shoulders, pull back on the left, forward on the right. Belly in, tailbone down. You're welcome to stay here or push those walls away, lift up. And then inhale, reach high. And exhale behind the back. Interlace the fingers, give them a stretch, look up the wall. Stay there or exhale, bow forward, humble warrior. If you went low, press into both feet, squeeze your belly to come up. Arms high, straighten the front leg, and right arm forward, left arm back. Arms up, then into your knee, hands to the mat. You can either go to ragdoll or down dog. If you went to down dog, you can add a vinyasa. Nice. Beautiful. If you went to down dog, make your way back up to ragdoll. And then we're all going to take our pinky toes near the edges of the mat, setting up for your squat, elbows above the knees. You can keep it high or sink the hips down, Balasana. Nice. All right, so there's a good shoulder stretch here if you can get it. It's really awkward, but it's, we call it chicken arms. You take your hands and like the backs of the hands together and you sit them in the creases of your legs. And it kind of pops the shoulders off the back. And it looks really funny. But it is a nice stretch. It opens up that back. All right. And then wherever your arms are, let's release them. You might need to circle out those wrists if you're doing those little chicken hands. And then round yourself up. Find yourself in ragdoll and just hang out for a moment. Sway a little. And then round yourself up to standing. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone if it feels good. Add a little back. And then come up tall, hands down, and drop your arms and shake it out. All right, so right foot back, warrior two position. Heel to arch, arms up, track that knee open, find that hip opening. These look great. And then flip that left hand and stretch it back and just find reverse triangle and just breathe up the left side. And bend your knee, go back to warrior two. Now we're gonna bring our hands in front of our face, bend your elbows. Stay here, squeezing the forearms together, or put the left elbow on the inside of the right, backs of the hands together, or wrap the palms for eagle arms. Stay here or lift up on the elbows and then push the hands away from the face. Breathe into the back of the body. Go ahead, let them come back in, unwrap the arms and stretch it out into warrior two. And then stretch it back into reverse triangle. See if that right arm wants to go a little further down that back leg. And then drop your arm. We're just turning our left toes in, fold forward and touch the mat. And just take some time here. And then push the floor away and take your left toes and angle them out towards the left corner of your mat. We'll be backwards in the studio. Walk your hands to the left side. So keep it high or sink it down into that hip. If it's sunk down, you can pop the right toes up. So we're just looking like, yeah. And then go ahead, take it up and over to the other side. Find what works for your knee on this side and breathe into your stretch. And then go ahead and bring it back through center. Walk your hands way out in front. Find that wide leg down dog and just wiggle your hips. And then push the floor away. Turn your left toes back to the top of the mat. And you can either step up or back. You can rest or flow. You can nice. If you ended up in down dog, make your way back up to ragdoll. On an inhale, push your shins away. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out. Drop your tailbone if it feels good. Add a little back. Come up tall, hands down. Drop your arms and step your left foot back. Setting up warrior two position. I'm going to turn the other way. Find your pose, find your breath, look over the front middle finger. Those look great. But flip the hand, stretch it back and hold. And then bend your knee, go back to warrior two. And then take your elbows, put them in front of the face, pull the arms in tight. Stay here or put the right elbow on the inside, backs of the hands or wrap the palms. Stay there or lift the elbows and push the hands away. Go ahead, bring it back in, unwrap the arms, stretch it out, and then stretch it back, reverse triangle again. Maybe that back arm drops a little lower. And go ahead, drop your hand and turn your right toes in. Fold forward and touch the floor. You can stay here in A position if you want to stretch the shoulders some more, hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. C position, as if the hands might go behind the head and touch the floor. You prefer an inversion or grabbing the feet or toes, find your pose. If your hands are behind your back, put them back onto the sacrum before you reach down, and we're all going to press the floor away. And then put your right hand under your face, reach your left arm high. Stay there or wrap that knuckles to sacrum or reach around and grab that right inner thigh. Find what works good for the neck. And then go ahead, switch it out and take the stretch, the twist the other way. Keep it up or wrap it around. And then drop the hand down, walk it way out in front. Find that wide leg down dog again and just wiggle your shoulders and hips. Let your back become as much like a hammock as you can. Let the head reach to the floor so you feel that stretch in the shoulder blades. And then walk it back in, turn your left toes to the front. You can go down dog or rag dog. You can rest or flow. If you need another squat, that's always an option. If you went to down dog, make your way back to rag dog. On an inhale, we'll all find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. On an inhale, come all the way up. Once you're at the top, stretch it out, drop your tailbone if it feels good. Add that little back bend. Come up tall, hands down, and drop your arms. Find your mountain. All right, so we're gonna do warrior three, and we're gonna do it with eagle arms if that feels okay. So same thing we've already done. You pull the elbows in, and you put the right elbow on top. Backs of the hands together or wrap the palms. And then we're gonna keep the weight in the left foot and take the right toe back. And then you're just gonna pivot forward. Push the hands away and then maybe reach the hands to the front of the mat. If you don't like this, just drop the arms and reach them back. The way we usually do. All right, we're pivoting back. If you can keep the arms, keep them. We're gonna bend the knee and end up in eagle. Cross your thighs, sit low. You might keep that toe touch, back knee has to bend. Some of you might be able to lift it. Some of you might be able to wrap it. Nice. All right, so we're gonna fly it back. This time we get to release the arms. So we're gonna come out, arms back, and end up in airplane. And then pivot back to standing and shake it out. And find your mountain. Elbows up, left on top, wrap the hands as best you can, or skip it and reach them back. All right, right foot stays down, left toe back, and hinge. Push them away and then forward. Just get a bigger stretch in the shoulders. We're pivoting back. You can touch it down if you need to. We're gonna bend the knee, wrap the thighs, sit low like chair, so bend the back knee. The back knee has to bend or you'll never get the bind. Maybe the toe lifts, maybe it wraps. Garudasana, we're flying into airplane. So come up, unwind, arms back, leg back, reach. And then pivot to standing. Nice job. And shake it all out. And find your mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. You can stay here or take it back through a vinyasa. We're going to do another balancing pose. Nice. You went to down dog. Make your way back to ragdoll. On an inhale, find Ardha Uttanasana. On an exhale, fold. All right, stay right here and walk your feet out, pinky toes near the edge. So I want to give you guys some options here. We're going to take that left arm, we're going to bend the left knee and see if we can get that left shoulder back under the knee. So I'll turn this way, it might make it easier. All right, and then you're going to take that hand through, reach, and see if you can get the knuckles to go to the sacrum. All right, and then maybe that right hand goes behind and you grab. And this is your setup for your bind that might eventually take you into bird of paradise. So you have to look to the right to get that right shoulder back and to get that arm under and the hand back. Of course, any birds of paradise want to fly. You can bring that right foot in, lift the heel. Anybody going? Squeeze the belly and see if you can stand up. Take the weight. Lift the left heel. Yep. Squeeze, push into the right foot. There you go. You got it. All right, we're bringing it down. Relax it. All right, see if we can try the other side. So you're taking that right shoulder, you're bending the right knee a lot. You can even take your right hand and grab behind the ankle to get it a little more under there. And you can stay here. This might be a big stretch for you. So right hand grabs the right ankle. That right hand, look at me. And then right knuckles to the sacrum. Right hand, right ankle. All right. All right, look at me, Martina. No, bring your right hand to the floor. To the floor. Yes, now let that left leg go. Let go of the left leg. No, stop. Both hands down, both feet down. Right hand reaches back through. Now, look at me, look at me. Yeah, and then knuckles to the sacrum, left hand behind. There. Now spin and look to the left and then go ahead and fly it up if that's what you want to do. He's like, what? There it is. Go ahead and fly, Tracy. Squeeze the belly, push into the left foot. Squeeze. Use the core, reach through the crown of the head. That's it. That's the way it starts. All right, flying people, bring it down, hang forward. And then let's all take a squat because it's gonna feel good after that. That got me warm. All right, when you're ready, if you want to crow, crow. When you're done, walk it back, down dog or child's pose. Rest or flow. Nice. And then we're all going to meet all the way down on our bellies. Forehead or chin down, arms back with the palms turned up. Push the tops of the feet down, pelvis into the floor. So hands can stay on the floor, or you can take them behind the back and interlace the fingers. On an inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest. And then you can float the arms up. You're either interlaced and pulling away, or you're here. Little lift just before you lower. Put the left cheek on the mat, wiggle your hips. You can stay where you are, or second round. This time we'll add the feet if you like. Head to center, hands alongside the body or interlace. Inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest, and then lift the feet. Little lift just before you lower. Right cheek on the mat. Wiggle out your hips. And you can do a third round, just like the last one. Or if it doesn't bother your knees, you can bend your knees, reach back, take hold of the feet or ankles. If it hurts, stop. On an inhale, roll up head, neck, and chest. Push the feet into the hands or the feet away and find your bow. Little lift just before you lower. Left cheek on the mat. If you're holding your feet, just give them a windshield wiper in the air. And then drop the feet, push up to hands and knees, and go all the way back to child's pose. You can stay in child's pose or push it up. Cat cow or vinyasa. And then we'll all meet at hands and knees. Find your cat cow, move through just 2 times. And then drop it and down to the elbows, setting up for your dolphin. Interlace your fingers, tuck your toes, scoop your belly, stay here or hips high. You can always do an inversion instead. You can hold it or inhale, shift forward. You can hold here or you can add your movement. It's inhale up. No, it's exhale up, inhale forward. If you decide to hold that plank, you want to get your obliques involved, you can add that little twist. And then wherever you are, let's meet back in child's pose. And make your way to hands and knees. And you can stay at hands and knees or take that right foot to the side so the foot's in line with the knee, and then just take your left arm, thread it under, relax the shoulder, relax the side of the head. As if you're reaching out towards that foot or calf. Right hand can stay where it is or walk straight forward over the mat on the floor, and then maybe it starts like it's going to go behind you, but don't bend the elbow. This is one of my favorite back stretches. If you moved your right hand, walk it back around, press into the right hand and reach out and up with the left. And then drop that hand, bring the knee in and left leg out or not. Right arm threads under and stretch out that shoulder. Decide if you're going to stay here or walk your left hand forward, stay there, or start walking it like it's going to go behind you. Find your perfect stretch. And if you moved your left hand, bring it back around, push into the left hand and reach out and up with the right. And then drop your hand down, bring the knee in. You can go to down dog or child's pose. You can cat cow or move to your last vinyasa. And then we'll all meet at hands and knees and make your way onto your bottom. Swing your legs around. Left leg out, right leg in, setting up for your twist. Keep it or cross it. Hug the knee with the left, look to the right. Maybe you want to add the elbow. And then wait for your exhale, unwind to the other side, look around. And come back to center and switch. Keep it or cross it. Hug the knee with the right, look to the left. Keep the hand where it is or add the elbow to deepen the twist. And then wait for an exhale, unwind, look around. And then come back to center. And we're just going to switch legs again. Let that knee fall open. We're going to skip the forward fold. We're going to take the right hand behind, reach the left arm up, push up onto the shin, and just stretch that left arm to the back of the room and push the hips to the side. And then sit down and switch legs. So you just bring the foot in near the inner thigh, left hand behind, right arm up. You're just pushing up onto the shin. Reach that right arm to the back and really push your hips to the side and that foot down to the mat. And then go ahead and sit it down. Bring both legs forward and just bend your knees and come onto your back. And hug it in and rock it out. So we're going to do one bridge. So we're going to plant our feet. We're all going to start with our elbows bent and our fingers to the sky. On an inhale, you're pushing into the feet and the backs of the arms. Lift your hips as high as you can. Don't let the knees splay out. And then some of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to start like lifting one shoulder, tucking it under, lifting the other shoulder, tucking it under. If that comes easy, straighten the arms and interlace the fingers behind the back. And then keep thinking sternum to chin. We're going to hold here. So if you have a full back bend practice and you want to go there, feel free to add that instead. And if your hands are behind your back, release and slowly lower down. And then hug your knees up into your chest and rock it out. And then keep your left leg in and just take your right leg down to the mat, nice and straight. Open your arms and you're going to take your final twist. Knee to the right, gaze to the left. You might put that right hand on top of the knee if that adds something to your twist. And then bring it back up and rock it out. And then keep your right leg in and take your left leg out straight. Open your arms and twist the other side. Keep that right shoulder grounded on the floor. Bring it back to center, hug it up and in and rock it out. Stay here or bring the bottoms of the feet together, press your knees away. Stay there or both feet up, happy baby, any movement that feels good. And then if your feet are up, bring them in. If your knees are wide, pull them together. If it feels okay, hug yourself up into a tight little ball. And then wait for an exhale and stretch it out in all directions. And find Shavasana. Just forget about the breath. Let the breath return to normal. And just imagine that beautiful golden light enters the body through the crown of the head. As the light pours through, it brings warmth and relaxation to the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, nose, and mouth are relaxed. Ears, cheeks, jaw, and chin. The neck and shoulders. The arms, hands, and fingers are relaxed. The chest and abdomen, the upper, middle, and lower back are relaxed. The hips, the pelvis, the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, the ankles, the feet, and out the toes. The body is completely relaxed. This state of peace is your true nature. Take a few moments just to be. Now is the key. Mindfulness trains us to be awake and alive, fully curious about now. The out breath is the now, the in breath is now, waking up from our fantasies is now, and even our fantasies are now. The more you can completely be in the now, the more you realize that you're always standing in the middle of a sacred circle. It's no small affair, whether you're brushing your teeth or cooling your food or wiping your bottom. Whatever you're doing, you are doing it now. So bring the awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breath. Let the breath fill your body. And then start to bring small movements. The fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs, until you're ready for a big stretch. If it feels good, hug your knees in one last time. And you can take a few breaths on your favorite side. Maybe your favorite side is your back. And in your own time, in your own way, when you're ready, make your way up to your comfortable seat, and we'll close our practice. Find your tall spine and find your breath. Remember your peace, always within. And share your light. Hands to the heart, bow in.